Well, hello and welcome to the House of Valentina. I'm Valentina and I run a real estate and design business with my husband here in the Atlanta area. And I love to be able to style up my clients' spaces. I love the fact that we get to help them buy, sell, renovate, and decorate their spaces. And one of my favorite parts of the entire process is when we get to the day of styling. I really feel like this is my personal sweet spot. I definitely get into that mode of styling up a space, but a lot of times I find that people get hung up at that moment when they've maybe got the sofa, maybe they've got a chair and a coffee table, but when it comes to actually putting the room together and styling it up, people get a little bit hung up, and in their minds they think that it's gonna be expensive to finish a room. But I thought it'd be really fun to share with you cheap ways to elevate every single room in your house. These are easy things that you can do that really don't have to cost you a lot of money. You can always spend more money, but today I'm gonna be sharing with you specific items. I've got the space loaded, okay? I am loaded up with stuff so I can share actual specific items that I personally use with my own home and in my clients' homes to elevate their spaces, but I'm doing it on a budget, and I've even got a couple that are absolutely free. So I hope that sounds like fun to you. I hope you'll want to hang out with us a while longer. Hit subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and let us know down in the comments which one of these has been super helpful for you and which one you're maybe gonna jump on and go and do. So, okay, let's jump in. I feel like one of the most important things that people forget about all the time, and is the easiest one to do, and that is to add a throw. It is so simple to add a throw to a space. It can immediately elevate a chair in a dining room. It can elevate a breakfast room, a sofa, a chair in a lounging area, in your bedroom, over the bed. There's no place that you cannot grab a little throw and elevate your space. Now, choosing the right throw is also really important. You know, a lot of times we have like the fleecy ones. My kids have a bunch. My son's favorite blanket is his tortilla blanket that his aunt gave him. He goes everywhere with it. And when it's sitting on my sofa, it doesn't look very elevated, but you know, it's for him and he sleeps with it. But if you're wanting to elevate your space, if you're gonna be selling your home, or if you're decorating and you're wanting to treat yourself to something that will really feel high-end, think about some of these inexpensive blankets. I've got this one from Amazon. I know, it's unbelievable. And you are not giving up any comfort with this one. It is super, super soft. It's really got kind of that fleece kind of feeling that so many of us love, that's really cuddly and really warm feeling. But I like the fact that this one feels a little bit more like cashmere. It's a thin blanket, which is perfect because it really just gives that really chic little infusion on like the arm of the sofa. I've got another one back here I'm going to show you. This one has a little bit more going on, but it has one of the things that I think is really, really key, and that is if you're trying to spend as little money as possible, going with neutrals will always last you the most amount of time. It'll really elevate your space. A lot of times a pattern can sometimes downgrade a space. You may not know what's on trend or what's not, but if you go with a solid or something like this where the pattern is integrated into it and it's got this really pretty fringing, these are the perfect way to really elevate your spaces and help them to feel super chic and super high end. And yeah, I'll leave the links for these items and all the items. I'm gonna be showing you so much stuff today. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna load you up on ideas because I think that showing you how achievable this actually is, it helps me when other people do that, especially in fashion and makeup, and I see how other people are doing it, it helps me. So I'm gonna leave links for everything down below in the show notes if you wanna be able to check them out. The next thing that I love to do, and you can probably tell, I love to add pillows. I think that pillows, if you just have a basic sofa, if you have a basic bed setup, a chair, these are really, really simple ways of really dressing up your space with literally hardly need any money at all. So I have a few options because I love pillows. I think it's fun because you can change them out seasonally. You can change them out month by month if you're like crazy like me, or if you really want something that's gonna stand the seasons, it's something you just want once and done. I suggest going with some gorgeous neutrals like this pillow from Amazon. I think that it's absolutely gorgeous. The color is very rich feeling and not like money, but like, you think of like a dark chocolate that has a richness to it, like that. That's what these velvet cushions are all about. These are stuffed with down inserts, which I actually also buy off of Amazon now because I have a great resource that I've tried and they are fantastic. I always go up one size on the insert. So if this is a 20 by 20, I have a 22 by 22 insert inside of it. That way it really fills it out. And the down is nice because you can really mold it and shape it and you can sit on it. These are meant to be lived on. These are literally something that I have in my own house. I have kids, I have a dog, I have a husband who just like sits. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you have a person who sits like right on these things, that's what I love about down, is it just fluffs right back up and it's a great way to spend your money and really make it stretch. Amazon also has these really pretty linen ones and they also come in neutrals. They have the really nice fringing on them and they are gorgeous. I think, again, neutrals really work, but if you want to add a color and you're wanting to add a little pop of color into your space, these all come in other colors as well. And this is one that I just showed you guys. We just did a massive mango. That's a fashion brand that just came out with homewares, and I just flipped out over it. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff so we could test it out. And this was one of the pillows that I got from that company and we are in love. We love this stuff. It's great. The best part about this one, not only because the cushion's amazing, but inside the insert is actually a faux down. So whether you need it for allergies or if you just don't want to have the down, this one is amazing. I've been using it for a few days. It's still pretty new in my house, but we're sitting on it, we're mushing it and seeing how it goes, and it still has that nice flexibility where you can give it a little bit of shape. It's not as much shape as the down. Then back here, I've got to show you these now that I've talked about them. These are from H&M Home and they do sell out pretty fast every single time I mention them. They come in a couple different colorways. And again, Amazon to the rescue. This is another Amazon purchase. And this one actually has a fiber fill insert because it's one that you probably won't sit on as much. And so I feel like you can get away with having a little bit more of a stiff shape inside. But again, I will leave all the links for the pillows and the inserts because it is transformative to use pillows in your spaces, because you really can have something fairly simple, some clear, just some basics for your furniture pieces, and all of a sudden pillows just bring it on up. One of my favorite things to do, which is actually free, and I've kind of been talking about it just a little bit, and that is to tuck and fluff. I think one of the easiest ways to elevate your space is to actually go through, tuck and fluff your quilt on your bed, your bedding. Really get it nice and tight, keep things really folded, fluff your pillows throughout the house. Go through and just tidy. That really does elevate your space. And I always feel like that's got to be the most unpopular and most irritating thing to hear, because it's like, oh, well, everybody knows to do that. But actually, when I go into people's homes, it doesn't seem like they know to do that. And it's the simplest thing that costs zero. Clearly, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble bringing my favorite rugs to you right now. So I'm just gonna give you some pictures of some favorite rugs that I've been using, because I think that a rug can completely transform your rooms throughout the house. A rug can be very inexpensive. It does not have to cost a lot of money. Some of my favorite places to shop for rugs are Amazon. I have an entire board of rugs. In this room, I actually have a zebra rug, but I also have some Persian style ones. Sisal is another great material. I even have a striped rug in my bedroom that is amazing, and all of these are from Amazon. I think a rug in the bathroom can also really elevate that space as well. So even if you have a smaller space, maybe a small runner or a little scatter rug by the sink or by the tub, same thing for the kitchen. There's just really, really simple ways that you can really elevate those spaces and make them look amazing. We are so excited to share today's video sponsor with you. It is Daily Harvest, and they have completely blown our minds. We just got our box in. We just finished unboxing everything. And we even have tested out these products because we have been hearing about Daily Harvest for years. And we'd never tried it. Their focus for spring is kickstarting the spring with fresh fruits and veggies, and everything they do is based off of that idea of being gluten-free, being dairy-free, and plant-based. We'd never tried it before, and we wanted to make sure that we don't want to recommend anything that we don't totally love. And that thing said it had spinach in it, and we were like,
we're both like, well, maybe not.
Well, maybe not.
But this is absolutely amazing.
It's mind-blowing. The banana and cacao bites. So they've got the bites. I'm dying to try the raspberry ones. I haven't tried these yet. They're raspberry and fig bites. Oh. You can see it's got all the ingredients listed. It's all fresh. It's all frozen at the point of harvest. This is the highest nutritional value that you'll be able to get. And they've made these incredible recipes. So you get the bites, zero prep. This smoothie was incredible. Literally all we did was fill it up with milk and stick it into the Ninja. And if you have the Ninja, I know there's a smoothie button. It takes 1 minute to make it.
Yeah, so you're from freezer to drinking in 1 minute. That's amazing. And
it's
you
incredible.
Can see on the package, on the little container, everything is there.
Yeah. We want to be able to share this with you guys. So we've got one more thing to try out. We're going to try one of their harvest bakes and give you a review on that as well. But I want to give you the discount code. So go to dailyharvest.com and save up to $40 off your first box using my code Valentina. That's a huge savings.
That's a huge savings.
We're going to be using that code. I'm going to stock up the freezer with this, because then whenever we need to make a meal or we need a smoothie or a snack, these are perfect for fika.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm trying to get healthy this year, trying to get ready for the summer and the pool and everything else, and just get healthy. But I love my fika, and I love my little treats. This is like my treat.
They literally taste like frozen cookie dough. So this is the Gigante bean and artichoke olio. Baby, try this. You're gonna be blown away. It's so creamy. Okay, I have to be honest with you guys. In the span of trying our first batch and this coming out of the oven, I went and placed an order and used my own discount code. It's that good. Adding a vase can elevate any space in your home. I have a couple and I feel like I'm a broken record, but you know what? When something is good, you have to tell people about it. And this vase from Pottery Barn, this is their Quinn vase, is literally the best thing I've ever bought in my entire life. I use it all the time. All the time. I own multiples of these. I buy them for my clients' homes. It is the most classic piece. It goes in every style home. There is never a style home that I can't put this into. It's just perfection. And it is just a little bit more expensive, but you will have this for the rest of your life. You'll be handing this down to your children. It really is that amazing. It's the perfect, most universally just, I love this vase. I just love it. And yeah, it's white, but it's like a creamy color. A lot of times I will put just some branches that I'll gather out from the garden or my yard. I don't live with some fancy, garden or anything like that. I just have, regular old yard just like everybody else in America. And I just grab little pieces off the bushes and the trees. It's a really inexpensive way to completely upgrade any room. You can put it by a bedside, you can put it on the coffee table, you can put it in the kitchen, a bathroom. There's no place that this would not immediately elevate. Now, if you want one more option, because I'm like, I can give you one more. I got this vase off of Amazon and I love it because it is so sculptural and it's so chic and so sophisticated, and I think it's around $30. And it's a great find because it really looks so high-end. It looks so chic. And it looks like it cost a fortune. I think both of these do, actually. These look like some really expensive designer options that I've actually purchased myself and I love. But if you're trying to save money, you're trying to do this on a budget, a vase like this will really elevate your space. If you don't have a yard to clip from, or if you don't have branches at the moment, I shop at the grocery store all the time. If you don't want to do it from the grocery store, if you don't have branches, or you have a space that's really dark, you may want to think about some faux options. And these amazingly are also from Amazon. One of my favorite ways to upgrade a room is to light a candle. I think that lighting a candle immediately adds ambiance, it adds warmth, it adds light. There are so many reasons why having a candle really elevates your space. These are scented, and you don't even need scented. You just light some candles. If you have some pillars, if you have some tea lights, we just love to have candles going. They really make such a difference, especially as the evening. That is like one of our favorite things to do, is to just go through the house when the sun starts to set. When the sun starts to set. Oh, that's really hard to say. Sun starts to set. Go through the house. I love to turn the lights on. We're going to talk about that in a second. Turn the lights on, just maybe dim them down and have some candles going. These are inexpensive ones. These are from, actually you can even see, a lot of times I just add a little tea light into the candle when it's all finished up. So if you buy some really beautiful containers, they don't even have to be candle containers. They could just be something that you even have. I remember for a long time we'd use even jam jars like on an outdoor table. I think that can be really pretty. The main thing is candlelight. Tea lights are super inexpensive. They sell them in boxes. I love the boxes they sell off Amazon actually, because they fit really neatly inside the cabinet, and I love that. But yeah, so these containers are from Target. These are the grapefruit smell, which I love. It's from their Hearth and Hand collection, but they also have this sea salt one, and I adore this one. This is salt. It's just called Salt. Yeah. But once you have a really nice container, when you use the candle up itself, just put a tea light down in there. Can get expensive if you're trying to fragrance your house with candles, because you're just gonna kind of burn through them really fast. So I think it's more important, if you're trying to do this on the strictest budget, to do tea lights in pretty containers. If you're wanting to fragrance your house and you're wanting to do that the most inexpensive way, it's a little bit of an investment up front, but it's so inexpensive over time, it's absurd. And my husband is obsessed with these. My kids are obsessed with these. I love to put these into my clients' homes because this is a diffuser. I haven't even said that. This is the Vitruvi diffuser, and it has a button on here where you can have the 4-hour, the 8-hour. You get to control how much scent goes into the space. You can also control that also, because all you do is take the lid right off, and if you have essential oils, I've never gone through a single one of these bottles. They last so long that my husband keeps going and buying more just because it's fun, but we've never gone through any of these. They're amazing. This is one, this is the Pirate Life. He really gets into this, and so do my kids. Like, each kid has their own in their room. You just drop a couple little drops inside of it and fill it with water, and for almost no money, you can fragrance your home. You could probably fragrance your home for probably at least 6 months with that one little essential oil bottle. But then if you want to have some fun and change it up by the seasons, so up front it is a little bit more of an investment, but these are actually still pretty affordable. So I will leave my favorite diffusers for you as well, because I think, yeah, we have at least 3 types in the house and we love them. So yeah, I'll leave you links for those as well, because they're awesome. And that's how hotels fragrance those really big spaces. That's how we found out about them. I didn't even know what they were until my husband was like, why does this hotel smell so good? And he went up to the desk and asked them. And yeah, these are the residential versions of the diffusers that they use in the hotels. And that's why they do it, because it's an inexpensive way to get the hotel smelling really yummy. The next easy way to really elevate your space is to add art. And I love art. Just like really is your voice. It's your perspective on life. It says something about who you are. And I love to DIY my own artwork. I love to grab canvases. You can grab them at places like Michael's. I've been ordering them off of Amazon. I just love Amazon because it's convenient for me. But I love to buy canvases that way, some acrylic paints, and voila, you have an amazing one-of-a-kind piece of artwork. You can cater it to your color palette. Again, I think neutrals are really, really nice if you're wanting quick and easy ways to elevate your space really, really fast. Sticking with neutrals will really elevate your space. So this is one that I painted myself, and every time I say that, people are like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. So if you feel like that you can't, if you feel like maybe that's a little bit beyond you, let's see, this one, I can't even, like, it's so big. I got this one off of Amazon, guys. I mean, how awesome is that? It's a really big size. So they had this one, and they have a few. I have them in my own house. These look awesome. This is plastic around the edges, but I don't think anybody's gonna really notice. I really don't. This is such an inexpensive way to elevate your space. This back here, not cheap. These, affordable. That one is from RH, and I did buy it off of their sale rack and got a significant discount off of it. But artwork can cost a fortune, and I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. They leave the walls empty, and an empty wall isn't the end of the world, but it can feel a bit cavernous if you don't have anything on the walls. And I think inexpensive art is just such a quick and easy way to just really elevate your space. I think that an easy way to elevate your spaces is to add books. And you probably already have a lot of books on hand, so you might be able to use what you already have. I think that where people get hung up on this one, having lots of tiny little books like Tom Clancy, and his books tend to be red or black, and they feel a little bit kind of plastic feeling. Those are things that I typically don't display with. What I try to do is I display with maybe a design book like these beautiful decorating books. Not only load you up with lots of ideas, you'll see a lot of the things that I'm telling you about in these books. It's easy things that designers do to create these elevated looks, and they don't have to be expensive. So I've got a little stash of decorating books that are all around $35 or less, and I think that these are fantastic. I think Made for a Living by Amber Lewis, her book is loaded with lots of decorating ideas and easy styling tips. Still the Slow Home is another one. I'm looking for a book that's going to inspire me, it's gonna bring me pleasure, it's gonna entertain me, it's gonna educate me, but it's also gonna act as art when it's sitting out, because I will leave these pages open on the coffee table. I'll leave them sitting out on a dresser. I just think that a book is an incredible decor piece. I love Nicole Hollis as well. She's amazing and does a lot of very sophisticated spaces, but as you can see, she doesn't always have a lot of stuff in the room, and I think that that is really helpful to see how a few key pieces of furniture can really transform a space. For the love of white, it's the White and Neutral Home, and I actually have 2 copies of this. I loved it so much I ordered it twice. No joke. I didn't even realize it. I was like, why do I have 2 of those? So yeah, that will definitely be going to an upcoming project if I feel like I can actually part with it. But I think that this is actually really affordable, and you can see rural and urban settings with this book, and it's, again, using those same decorating hacks. It's amazing, and I just love it. Last, but definitely not least, we have lamps. Lamps are, yet again, like the candles, lighting your space is so important. It's key to enjoying the space after hours. It adds ambiance. It really helps your space to feel usable. It's actually really practical to have lamps. But a lot of times, again, people kind of get hung up on this one. This is a very inexpensive one from Amazon. I have a few. I really like their Rivet collection, actually. I have a few lamps from them, and I use a lot of them in projects because they're actually really affordable. So definitely check out. I have an entire board of lighting on Amazon that you can check out that gives you lots of ideas, lots of different styles, but it can be very, very chic to add just some lighting in your space. And when the evening comes and you've got your candles lit and your lamps on, really can feel so luxurious. And this is what I love, is, again, like in the bedroom, I've had these so many places throughout my house, and I really, really love them. These I actually originally found off of Wayfair. They always sell out when I mention them, so I'll try to leave you a link in a couple places. But I just love how these were even available on Home Depot. Home Depot is another great place. Wayfair, Amazon. You don't have to spend a lot of money to add beautiful lighting to your space. It adds a lot of personality into it, and it really helps just pull the whole room up. And of course, just lighting it, just the whole thing just feels so amazing. I love what I do. I love it. I love being able to push the boundaries of a space to create something that's chic and elevated. And I love the fact that it's accessible to anyone and that you can do it on a small budget I love it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments which one of these is your favorite and maybe which one you're missing in your own home and you're gonna get to work on. And again, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Bye.